On it this morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Breakfast Club call. My name is Pamela Pacheco, and I have the absolute honor, pleasure, and privilege of being your host on this beautiful Thursday morning. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you're joining us once again, welcome home. I remember when I first embarked upon entrepreneurship, I was looking forward to these type of mentorship calls, not only for the information I was going to receive, but also for the inspiration I was going to receive. See, garbage in is garbage out, and greatness in is greatness out, and how you start your day sets the tone for your day. So kudos to each and every single one of you guys that decided to start your morning off with some fire this morning, with some positivity, with some greatness. I know y'all like my shirt. If you know, you know, but we were at Freedom Academy this past weekend. If you are part of our community, let's ViaGO. You know I had to represent today and every single day, but I am so excited. I am so grateful because, man, if you've ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, the right people, we are here. And I kind of wanted to go over some of the information because I think it is so important that everybody kind of just gets it, right? And one of the ways that we kind of just get what is going on, and I know we've had so many calls all week and kind of going over that, but more of what I wanted to talk about and kind of where we're going to go over some of the updates and things like this, but more so than anything, it's for people to understand that it is absolutely incredible what we have our hands on, and that the power of just the next 8 days, right? The next 6 days, the next to finish off the month strong. And really and truly, when we're talking about finishing off the month strong and we're talking about different things, it's really what excellence does. See, when we're talking about excellence, how you do anything is how you do everything, but excellence automatically raises the standard. Excellence builds trust. Excellence creates personal satisfaction, and amongst so many other things. But when we're talking about just these benefits, and we're talking about our membership, and we're talking about everything we pretty much have our hands on, it's so important for us to just see that the time is now to seize the opportunity like never before. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we go along here, but humor me if you will, just so that if you could see my screen, type a 1 in the chat. If you could see my screen, if you could see my screen, type a 1. If you could see me, let's go. ViaGO. Yes, Miss Henny. Hello there, sister. Awesome. You could see me. You could hear me. Let's go. Let's go. I love that, by the way, because y'all know I'm like, let's go, right? So, all right. So the membership benefits, right? Absolutely incredible. We still have the greatness of the great benefits that we have from our OTA, which is going to be updated come August 1st, right? Experience more, travel for less, unlimited wholesale access, the absolute best. And our Pro Search is always going to give you the best of the best. We are keeping our escapes, and we have added more reward escapes, which is absolutely incredible because to travel is to live. A bunch of us are going to Italy next week. I am so excited, right? When y'all see me, I'm going to be like, ciao, Bella. We're going to be live from Italy, so no worries about that. But the cool thing about this is that we are working on the escapes. We're working on adding more reward escapes. And the escapes, if you have not been on one, get on one, right? That's all I'm going to say. Get on an escape. Get on an escape. Get on one that's already there. We have the first reward escape ever that's happening at the Fives in a few weeks. And I believe that they extended the deadline for that this Friday. So maybe you don't want to go to Dubai, you don't want to go to Thailand, you don't want to go that far, but you can go to Mexico, right? It's right around the corner. So that definitely can be fun. If you guys could still see my screen, if you can see Dubai on my screen, type of 1 in the chat, making sure. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great, great, great. Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. So the reward escapes, the escapes your way, absolutely amazing. Be well benefits, continuously just greatness. The daily deals, absolutely incredible, right? So we kind of see all of this, right? We know what this is. However, if you could see the slide that says 450, type a 1 in the chat for me. Yes. Can you see the slide that says, give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. See, you don't have to be smart to do this. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right. So can you guys see all of this? Perfect. Type of 1 if you can see this. Yes, I am smart. Not all the time, but I am indeed. Perfect. Perfect. So my point was our benefits have been continuously enhanced, right? When it comes to the escapes, we're working on more reward escapes. We have, made sure everybody knows. We have everything, right? We are going through. So I wanted to get into this hack really quick so that we can dissect it, because I feel like operating in a spirit of excellence means that we know what we have our hands on, right? So when we're talking about this pack and everything that's included, you have $400 in escape points. So this is like, anybody ever gone to, I'm not even going to say, because we've all shopped. This is like you going into your favorite department store, whether that be Macy's or Walmart, whether that be Neiman Marcus or Target. It doesn't matter. Imagine you going into your favorite department store or your favorite bookstore, whichever the store may be, and you walk in and they say, hey, you can buy a welcome pack for $500, but now you can use all of that in the store. That's basically what this is. And you're like, wait, so I have in-store credit? Yeah, you have in-store credit. So here you have ViaGO credit, right? You have ViaGO Club credit, where you can go ahead and invest what you're putting in towards the club, but immediately you're getting 400 escape points. So you're talking a dollar for dollar points reward system. And why that works, ladies and gentlemen, is because when you're talking about adding value into people's lives, when you're talking about not only giving them value immediately, but also long term, whether you are a fan of the products or not, it doesn't really matter. The reality is we're working on replenishing all of our favorites. We're cleaning up a lot of the site, but the cool part is you're still getting $100 in product credit for it. See, my girl just put in a ridiculous order because she had over $500 in product credit and paid nothing. So you could look at the situation with products in the spirit of excellence, like a leader, and look at it from the cup full, or you can say, hey, I'm going to not look at it from a leadership standpoint or a CEO standpoint. Rather, I'm going to look at it from a consumer standpoint. And I understand, I resonate with both sides, because I know that this is your business. However, here's what I will tell you. We've talked about this over and over and over again. Because this is your business, you do not close shop. You invest in your business. So the moment that something you like, you love, goes public, the moment something says it's in stock, stock up. If it's in stock, stock up, right? That's the motto on our Breakfast Club call. That's just the reality. But the cool part is that you're getting $100 in product credit, and these product credit you're going to be able to utilize immediately. Now that 50-month product credit accumulates every single month for you, right? Now this is going obviously towards your products. Now you can utilize that also towards travel, which is absolutely incredible. Now let's talk about the vacation loyalty program. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get the fact that we're going to have 2 years to utilize this? Greatness. And if you're looking at this screen and you're like, Pam, I love these slides. How can I get them? They're on the Team Synergy Training, teamsynergyagents.com website, right? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. And again, y'all know we keep it hot over here, honest, open, and transparent. I'm not talking about cruises. I'm taking this slide off. That's just me. Now, they're going to have this slide where it talks about the cruise for 2, Endless Europe and 7-night hotel. Why? Because we have options, but I'm going to mention it's first come, first serve. How I go about sharing the opportunity is a little different than somebody else. But if it's already working for you, Do what's working for you, right? I just like to be very candid and transparent, and I'm the type of person that I love to under promise and over deliver. So I tell people we have access to these type of examples. Instead of saying we have zero inventory on it, I would say, hey, we have access to these types of examples for your getaways. It's first come, first serve. Right now, our availability for cruises is none, right? Because it's first come, first serve. It's the summer, it's the hottest season for it. However, just look out for it. But if you want to go on something immediately, it's an 8-day, 7-night hotel or endless Europe, right? Go through some of the examples. We're not going to talk to that. Let's talk about the money. This is really what I wanted to talk about, right? So let's just talk about this right quick, real quick. So every person you're getting is $150, right? We're all getting that. And right now I'm going to stop sharing my slides because I want to have a conversation with you guys. So every person you put in, it's $150. So refer 4, you get 600. I like to say you get 6, you get fixed, right? Why? Because you automatically are in a profit. You automatically got all your money back. The $600 already, you're in a profit too. However, when we're talking about a spirit of excellence, right? And we're talking about the equivalent of what it is that you have your hands on. Now, I want to put this in perspective because I want you to look at this in the sense of I want you to look at this from a sense of numbers, right? Now, I know somebody is going to be like, "Oh, that's kind of not my wheelhouse. I don't know why she's talking a lot numbers today." Right? Well, if you ever wanted to know, right? And I'm going to just kind of pull this up so you guys know what I'm looking at, right? If you ever wanted to know how you calculate residual income. So let's say that it's about $500 in residual income per month. And I want you guys to do this with me because I'm going to take you guys through a quick little exercise. Just the power of residual income, right? So $500 in average residual income a month for 12 months, you're looking at $6,000 per year. Now, if you would like to know what investment is required for it to yield annual residual income in your annual yield, you basically take your investment, right? Your annual residual income per year is about 6,000, and you're going to divide that. So if you guys got all of this, type 1 so we can move on. Yes, you got that? Perfect. Okay. Now, if you're talking about this residual income, right? And you're talking about the power of residual income, and you're talking about, what does that look like? Like, what does it really look like for a household in America? See, a lot of times we miss this, and the reality is so many people miss it because they're thinking, I want to get everybody to Crown Royale. But the reality is, if we can just shift the mindset and help people make an average, whether it's $200 to $500 more every month, we're going to be able to impact so many more families. We're going to be able to help so many people. And the reality is that if you're talking about investing, somebody said that they did not get the formula. Did you guys see the screen when I posted it up? Then when I pulled it up? Yes. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I'll go ahead and I'll bring that back up for you guys. No worries. So let's say that you want to, like, can somebody guess? And we've briefly spoke about this before, right? And I'm going to just show you the numbers because make the numbers your friend. So this is what it takes. So if you're talking about $500 residual, right? And you're talking about that 6,000 annually, and you want to have 6,000 annually, you better have at least the minimum $85,000 to invest just to make $500 extra every single month. Now, You tell me, what do you think it's easier for people to come up with? $85,000 or $200,000? And in the way that the economy is, right? If you were at Freedom Academy with us, you heard Jeff talk about, when the world is painting doom and gloom, we're continuously and with certainty sharing joy, love, and light, right? And opportunity. And the more that I thought about this over the weekend, the more excited that I got, because I'm a numbers person. So I'm like, man, if you're talking about, and that is, and this is, and thank you, Lisa. Yes, the numbers do not lie. And this is talking about, and you may have people on your list right now that are investors, that are bankers, that are professionals. Let's talk numbers. Do you know that it will take you an annual yield of at least 3% to 7% for you to be making $500 residual? And that means that you at a minimum will be investing $85,000. 85,000. 100,000 at 6%, 120,000 paying you 5%, 150,000. And we got some investors on this call. They're investors like me. Can y'all tell me what investments right now is paying 4, 5, 6, and 7%? Please let me know. Not too many. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Absolutely. So if you're thinking about, man, what do I have my hands on? See, la via, right? Spanish, it's via, the way, right? ViaGO. ViaGO is the way to go, because it's living life amplified. It's allowing people to say, hey, you don't have to have $100,000 or even $85,000 or even hope, pray. And I'll let you guys screenshot this so that I can take this off, right? You don't have to necessarily have all of this saved up. However, if you can just help some people get educated, what do you think that would look like? How different do you think that the conversations will be? And if you're, we speak about the things that excellence does, because the reality is it's going less in the direction of asking for more, but rather looking for every opportunity to draw more of what you already have been given. And what we have been giving is so special because of the state of the world right now, and also of the state of in which the company is, the evolution, the growth, the vision. It has never ever been more crystal clear. And when we talk about a spirit of excellence and pride in what we have our hands on and where we're going, a spirit of excellence is always what raises the bar. It's not about, excellence is not about doing some things well. It's about bringing our best to everything we do. It's what's going to distinguish us from the rest of the world, from the rest of the people that call themselves leaders. But when you're talking about everybody is working and everybody is in alignment, but the reality is that a lot of people work, but not a lot of people work with their heart. And the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra effort. So when we're talking about living a life of excellence, it's a holistic approach that it's going to positively impact our ability to reach our goals, to achieve fulfillment, to experience growth, to make meaningful contributions. And I'm going to incorporate this a little bit further, right? I'm going to go a little bit further. So we said excellence raises the standard. It shows people around you what's possible. Are you able to show people what's possible because they see you putting in the work? And when we talk about showing people what's possible, raising the standard, right? There's people that you are inspiring that you have no idea. And when you're talking about inspiring those people around you, it's important that you have clarity in the season and you have focus and setting clear specific goals and maintaining focus on them. Yes, we've heard about the SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. Put a timestamp on it so you could see it. However, the reality is that maybe you need to make some small micro goals. What are a few little things that you can do right now that are going to help you get closer to your goals? My goal is 250 squared, right? I know before I get to 250 squared, I got to get to 100 squared. So even though that's my macro goal, my micro goals that's allowing me to have clarity and focus in this season right now is I came up with 5 different lists. And this is my 5 different list that I did. I have a prospects of people that I've randomly met as I travel. So travel prospects, you can call it. I have a list of follow-ups from people that I've showed. I also have a list of new prospects, brand new list, right, of different people. I have customers that I'm following up with, and I have teammates that I am calling to update them. So these are my 5 working lists right now. Now, everybody's list is going to look different, but my clarity and focus on these 5 lists. Why the prospects in different cities as I travel? Because I want currencies in different countries. Simple. Yeah, I want currencies in different countries. However, I know that that is going to be a byproduct of the bigger mission at hand, which is impacting people's lives around the world. So how do I impact people's lives around the world is by tapping into the contacts. So if you were just in, where were we? St. Louis, Missouri with us, and maybe you got into an Uber, maybe you got a contact, maybe you went out to eat at one of the local restaurants, maybe you just met somebody that, gave you a great vibe. Whatever the case may be, you have a prospects list of, while you're traveling, right? Different cities, different countries. Your follow-ups. My follow-up list consists, and even my follow-up list, I've broken it down into different lists, right? And y'all not gonna be like, Pam, I didn't know you were this green. When it comes to like numbers and money, I'm green, okay? So my follow-ups has different follow-up categories. I have people that I've showed follow-ups. I have also people that I'm following up with that have been to an event, whether that be a live presentation, whether that be a training, whether that be a Zoom meeting, whether that be a travel party, whether that be a spa party, whether that be I don't even know what we call them anymore. A social, whether that be a ViaGO party, whatever it is, I'm following up, right, with those people because that is how it's allowing me to have clarity and focus. Now, you're talking about raising the bar, how you raise the bar, how you raise the standard, right? And it's also not only having clarity and focus, but if you're taking notes, it's also consistency because excellence is built on consistent actions and habits. And this is the consistency that's going to help when you want to stay on track, when you want to inspect what it is that you expect, right? And yes, when we're talking about, and let me backtrack a little bit. When we're talking about the clarity and focus, don't get it twisted. That position, it makes it easier to develop actionable plans for you to stay on track. So having these little micro goals, it's what's going to allow you to stay consistent because when you're talking about excellence is built on consistent actions and habits, you heard all the time, it takes 21 days to form a habit. It takes 21 days to make a habit a lifestyle, right? Because the consistency helps in steadily progressing towards your goals. So what does consistency look like for you in this season? Write that down. Ask yourself, what does consistency look like for me in this season? So I'm being very, very transparent, right? I had a conversation with my upline yesterday, and I said, listen, my level of consistency for the next 9 days for until the month is over, I'm not going to go into a space where I'm showing 20 people a day. Now, am I committed to reaching out to 15 to 20 people per day? Yes, right? 15 is my minimum. Now, am I committing to showing at least 3 people a day? Yes. Now, at certain moments in your life, things might shift, things might change. Be honest with yourself. There is a season where I had enough time that I can do 10 presentations in a day. Right now, I'm not in that season. I'm going to know myself. And the reality is that I know if I say, hey, I'm going to go back to showing 10 people a day, 5 to 10 people a day. Is my business going to explode? Yes, but so is my head. That's just where I'm at, right? And the reality is that I want to be consistent, because it's not me giving up on ViaGO. It's not me giving up on the team. It's not me giving up on goals. It's not me giving up on rank. It's me giving up on the spirit of excellence. It's me giving up on legacy. So when you ask yourself, what can I do to be consistent? What does consistency look like for me in this season? Write that down. Maybe it's 3 people that you're going to show. Maybe it's 5 every other day for you. Maybe it's just 1 a day that you're reaching out to. You have to know what can you be consistent in. But here's the reality. Hold yourself accountable to that, because when we're talking about raising the standard, excellence shows people around us what's possible. And that is how you raise the standard, right? When you're talking about build, when raising the standard, and of course in that season, as you have clarity and focus, and you ask yourself, what is it that you can be consistent in this season? How many calls can you make? How many presentations? How many 3-way calls? These should be things that you're inspecting. How many customer calls can you follow up with? How many customers do you have that don't have any clue about what's going on? Let me tell you something. Customers, don't sleep on it. Okay, we're going on this Italy trip. The majority of people coming on this Italy trip with us are not in Club ViaGO. They were existing customers of Lisa and Denise. So trust when I tell you that all of that stuff matters. But ask yourself, what can you be? How can you be consistent? And how can you have clarity and focus as you raise the bar, as you raise the standard? And one of those things is that as you're being consistent, if you think you're not going to have to be resilient, I'm sorry. Because when you're talking about pursuing excellence, pursuing excellence is going to always strengthen your resilience, because it's going to allow you to overcome setbacks and obstacles and challenges without losing sight of your objectives. And that's why it's so important that when we're talking about raising the standard for excellence, you're being realistic with yourself. You're being honest with yourself. Is what does my clarity and focus look like? What can I be consistent in? Because what you're going to be consistent in will determine how you are resilient in pursuit of your goals, how you are resilient in pursuing your objectives without losing sight of them, no matter the turmoil you may face yourself, you may be facing, no matter the adversity that you may be around the corner, because you understand that when it comes to having a spirit of excellence, that is absolutely a necessity. Time management. Y'all knew I was going to talk about this, right? Listen, we want to reach our goals and we want to have the spirit of excellence and we want to raise the standard. Time management is so important because, you guys hear us talk about the Pomodoro techniques, but the calendar schedule optimization is a must. It is a must. And excellence involves mastering time. It involves mastering time management, which ensures that we allocate adequate time and resources to achieving our goals. You guys often heard our great friend and mentor, Josh Valentino, say, what are you giving your T to? Your time, your energy, and your attention. And in this season, it is going to be equally as important for you to understand that what you are giving your to, your time, energy, and attention matters. Effective time management is what's going to allow you to consistently reach your goals, to have the clarity and focus that's necessary, to be able to be consistent, to be able to be resilient in your pursuit, to be able to raise that standard of excellence. And if you're that person that's like, well, I know that it's also, I want to build trust because I understand that this is something that excellence does. This is how you build trust among your community, beyond just your team, beyond just, the people that know you, your family, the communities that you're impacting. Because when you're talking about building trust, here's how you build trust. One of the greatest ways: excellence answers questions before people ask. I was reminded of that this week. Be so good that they cannot deny you. Excellence answers questions before people ask. See, people don't, if the numbers are talking, if the math is mathing, people are not going to have questions about how committed you are. Are you dating? Right? I remember hearing this at training. Forgot which one of the trainers was like, are you dating, ViaGO? Are you married? Are you flirting? Right? Like, what does that look like for you? And the reality is that when you talk about building trust and excellence answers questions before people ask, it's making sure that you are doing what you said you were going to do. It's making sure that you are executing in what those goals look like. It's also making sure that each and every single thing that you're doing, you understand that it is continuous learning. You understand that excellence means that you are committed to continuous learning. You are committed to lifelong learning and self-improvement, fostering that continuous personal and professional growth. That excellence means that you're also committed to the positive impact, to living a life of excellence, enabling us to make the positive impact on others through our actions, through our words, through our contributions. It also means that in the spirit of leadership, you're inspiring, you're empowering others, thereby contributing to their growth, to their success. It means that we're actively participating in our own rescue, that we're actively participating and contributing to our community, to foster that shared sense of excellence amongst the team, that camaraderie amongst the culture. And the reality is that when we're talking about that spirit of excellence and it answering questions before people have to ask, it's doing what you said you were going to do over and over and over again. And the reality is that a lot of people, when they're setting goals, they miss that the goals have to be fulfilling. See, one of the things that excellence does is it's fulfillment. And how do you know if what you're doing is fulfilling? Ask yourself, is it in alignment with my values? Because living excellently means aligning your actions with your core values and beliefs, which lead to that deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. And again, it's no secret that I do other things outside of ViaGO. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm a speaker, I'm a community builder, I host events, I coach and consult, I'm on TV every week. But the reality is that this is in alignment with the vision that I have for my life. It's in alignment with the impact that I want to make in people's lives. It's in alignment with the difference that I want to make in the world. It's in alignment with every single aspect, with my beliefs about residual income, residual blessings. Because if you're not setting up your family for residual blessings and residual impact, you're by default then setting them up for residual regret, residual debt. So it's asking yourself, is this in alignment with my values? It's knowing that you're aligning your actions with your core values and beliefs, and you're going to be fulfilled each and every single step of the way, because you're by default going to be in alignment and feel that sense of fulfillment and purpose. And when you're striving for excellence and achieving your goals, it brings a profound sense of accomplishment, doesn't it? Do you feel accomplished when you are in your goals? So that sense of accomplishment is always going to tell you if you are fulfilled or not, if you are in alignment. Building and maintaining excellent relationships in both your business, personal, professional lives, it not only is going to enhance your sense of belonging and fulfillment, but more than anything, it's going to just contribute to the overall impact that you have in the world, right? The relationships is everything. And here's another thing. When you're talking about excellence, it often involves contributing to the well-being of others. It always does. I'm not going to say it often. It absolutely always does. And whether that is through ViaGO, whether that is community service, right? Like we have our ViaGO service agents, we have mentorship, whether that's mentorship, whether that is just leadership, whether that is camaraderie, whatever it is that brings you joy and fulfillment, find that. Find that. But when you're talking about your excellence answers questions before people ask, when you're talking about excellence shows people around you what's possible, it's because of how you do anything is how you do everything. And when you're talking about what excellence does, yes, that sense of fulfillment, but it's also a personal satisfaction, because to be excellent is to work well. It's to know that what you're doing matters. And when you're taking the time to self-reflect and you're taking the time to write down your goals and have clarity and have all of these things, keep asking yourself these questions, keep asking yourself, am I pursuing excellence in all areas of life? Because as you pursue excellence in all areas of your life, in your faith, in your family, in your fitness, in your fortune, in your fun, right? And your faith doesn't necessarily have to be your faith. I'm not here to impose my faith or belief upon you, right? Your spirituality, it can be mindfulness, taking time to be centered, whatever that looks like for you. But asking yourself, right? Ensuring a balanced approach, contributing to every aspect of your life, the overall well-being and happiness. Asking yourself, are you committed to excellence, prioritizing your physical, your mental, your emotional health, all of these different things that matter, right? That matter when it is that you are embarking upon, and making sure that you are cultivating a habit of gratitude, making sure that it's an integral, that you understand this is an integral part of life, that this experience is enhancing my overall outlook and appreciation of all of life's blessings. Because the reality is, by embracing and integrating the principles of excellence into every aspect of our life, we create the strong foundation for achieving all of our goals, experiencing the deepest fulfillment, making sure that we're fostering continuous growth and empowering others to do the same, and making meaningful contributions to the world around us. Because the reality is that the small things, sometimes, if we're being honest, it might feel insignificant, but they're building the foundation for life and leadership that not only endures, but lasts beyond our lifetime. Breakfast has been served. As always, it is an honor, pleasure, and privilege to serve you. Look out for the recording on our Breakfast Club call. Blessings, great day, and God bless.